What's up guys, Glenn with Hustler Hacks here, and a pretty awesome video for the rookies out there breaking out of the 10 tier merch by Amazon tips and tricks. And the reason why I'm doing this 10 tier video is a pretty good and long interesting story. So I have a very close friend of mine, practically family to me, and he had a merch by Amazon account that he signed up earlier this year. He got a little frustrated with it. He wasn't selling. He had uploaded maybe like 7 to 8 designs. He was trying to see what works. But then again, he also works full time. So in the end, he just couldn't get anything going. And so I presented kind of like a deal with him and see if he was interested in doing this. And I wanted to see if we can, you know what, go half on his account, 50-50. And if I could build up his account, then obviously I will have my regular full account, which I've made, as you guys already know, close to $100,000 on Merch by Amazon alone. And then now I can go with a half account and we can build this one up and try to make more money on the side with a bonus account that I could get my designs on. And then eventually we can both work on it. But it's at the 10 tier, so I thought it was pretty cool to talk about the 10 tier and breaking out of that, because that's where I am on this second account. And it's pretty interesting to see how far and everything that's been kind of going on with this other account, because my first account, I got into merch early, I made money early, and so this also allows me to help people in the 10 tier and go with this new account and try to build this up and know what people are going through, because I've gotten emails too where it's like, hey Glenn, it's pretty easy for you to say you broke out of the 10 tier early on because you signed up so early that you didn't have to go through this whole thing. You were already at 25, you already made money, very easy for you to say. So now it allows me to use that excuse and leverage onto the second account and go along the journey with you on the 10 tier and the tips you need to break out of it and the things that I did, because I sold my first 10 shirts and it took me about a week and a half to do it. And so now I can share my tips on that. Before we start, as you guys might already know, me and Yang, we have the Merch Minds podcast, and we have a new episode every single week. If you go to iTunes, Libsyn, Stitcher, we also have a private and free Facebook group. You can join that too. New episode every week. Like I said, we're on episode number 55 coming up, and we're going to be talking about typography and how to use that in designs for your Merch by Amazon business. And if you want to take that even further, you can go to merchminds.com right now. And me and Yang are both doing one-on-one coaching to help you build your Merch by Amazon business. I had my first client, we started working on it, and I started helping her to see how we can build up her account. And I found out that a lot of the, I guess, tips and things to help her had to do with design-wise and how to make her designs even better so they can sell quicker and she can build that up. And so it was really, really cool talking with the first client, and now I have more that I'm going to start working with. So let's see what happens there. But if you're interested in doing that, merchminds.com, sign up. We'll have a questionnaire. You just fill out the questions, and then we can go from there and schedule you in and just help you build your account. And right now is the perfect time to do it because it is Christmas time, November and December, Q4, the best time to sell and make money because everybody right now is buying. So best time to get in and to figure out what's going on with your account. All right, so let me show you some of the tips that I want to talk about with the 10 tier. So I'm stuck at the 10 tier. What can I do? Here is my new half account with my friend. Let me refresh this just to show you what's going on. So you're going to see that I'm priced super low, which I'm going to get into that. I have a maximum of 10 products live. I've filled out all of them. And right now it's, of course, very new. testing things out. Last 7 days it says I sold 4, but that doesn't include the other days before that. Like I said, I've maybe done a week and a half to 2 weeks. I think that I've sold all 10 shirts, so the other ones are from before this. And I'm priced super low, which, like I said, I want to talk about it and how that's kind of helped sell the first 10. And then, of course, we want to tier up and go from there and build it and keep going. Money is not really the main concern right now. So let me get into the tips. Put this away. Okay. Tip number 1, which I thought about this. Buy out your first 10 shirts. The lowest you can price it at is $11.53. If you buy all 10, then you're spending $115.30. To start off your merch account. So I was very, very close to doing this, but I was like, I really want to, you know, I have my own podcast. I've made money on my other account. I want to just have that thrill of building it up and having that full journey. Like, even when me and my friend were talking about it, I told him, for some weird reason, I'm more excited about this side account than I am with my own regular 8,000 tier account. Just because of the journey and seeing if you can build it up, like the challenge of doing it. It just seems, I don't know, like totally cool. And I hadn't really been in that 10 tier. I never have. I started off with 25 and then I built it up. So I thought that was cool. He thought I was crazy, but I liked it. And let me show you. So here you go. If you do it at $11.53, then of course you'll make nothing and you'll spend $115, but at least you'll have your first 10 sales. So if you do that route, what can you do with those shirts? Here are the 5 options, at least the 5 options that I was considering, and I think is probably the best things to do with those shirts. Number 1, you can sell on eBay. Maybe try to get a trending type of design that you feel maybe you can get some eBay sales out of it. We had somebody in our Denver conference that actually did this, and he started selling his shirts on eBay, and he sold most of them and got rid of them, so that helped. You know, he didn't end up spending the $115 because he got that money back by selling them on eBay. You can also give them for gifts. Let's say you make your own shirt. What if it's like a family type shirt, right? Something that is closer, you can relate to with your last name, and maybe that's something you want to give for Christmas gifts. So the $115 isn't necessarily going straight to waste. You know, you can use that t-shirt and give it out for the holidays or something else coming up. You can sell locally in different Facebook groups, Craigslist, something like that. Maybe something like Common Ground that you can relate to in the city that you live in. Maybe you live in like the Bay Area, or in my case, I live in El Paso, so it could be something to do with like the Sun City or some kind of nickname or something. Put that locally in your Facebook groups or on Craigslist or something. Try to get some sales. Even if you went, you know, hey, $10 a shirt, you're losing a little bit there, but nothing compared to like $115. So something to think about. You can also donate to Goodwill. You know, write that down for your taxes. You're giving away 10 t-shirts, and they could write it down. You can use it for your tax purposes. You took a loss also on your business by, you know, spending $115 initially to get those first 10 sales. So maybe something to consider there. You're helping out somebody in need that also maybe they want the shirts. Even if Goodwill resells it, hey, they're making money out of it. That helps Goodwill keep going. And in your case, you get like a tax write-off by donating, or it helps you, like I said, doing a business expense by spending the $115. And my last option was working with a team. I know it might be kind of weird. Maybe I kind of had like different wording with it, but what about going to different leagues, basketball leagues, football leagues, things like that, working with a team? Sometimes baseball teams, softball teams, they need t-shirts. What if you approach some of them, hey, I want to design a couple of t-shirts for you. I can do a really good deal at $8 a piece or something. You're still taking a loss. Or what if you upsold them? Hey, $20 a t-shirt. I can get your whole team full color print t-shirts with your, names or something, or team name on the front, and maybe you design it, but you can present it, upsell it, and you can still make money cash wise on the side and build up the merch account. So those are like 5 options off the bat that you can do if you decide to buy your own 10 t-shirts. Tip number 2, test out trends, and once it sells, you go all in. So let me tell you my personal experience on what happened with this new side account. I think so here's the thing, 10 slots that I could use, but it only allowed me to do 2 uploads per day. And then now that it's Q4, they recently put out a new message saying that some uploads per day might go down. Some people might not get tiered up immediately. So with this new side account, it went down to now 1 shirt per day. So that kind of like slowed me down a little bit. Instead of 2 per day, 1 per day. Cool, that's fine. We can work with it. And so when I first took over the account, I uploaded first 2 t-shirts that I thought were pretty cool designs, but nothing really trendy, just something that I thought would sell. And then they didn't sell yet. I was like, okay, cool, let me just keep adding in. And then the 4th, I think I added another cool design that I liked for the 3rd option, didn't sell. Once I got to the 4th, 5th, and 6th designs, 7th, all of that, I went all in on a certain trend. In this case, maybe Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas, something that's coming up. So when I went all in on the trend, I noticed that 2 of those shirts sold. So in that case, I was like, cool, now I can remove the other first 3 shirts that I did and just go all out on that one trend, because it was already proven that it sold. So once something sells, you definitely want to go all in on that trend. This could also work for 2,000 tier, 4,000 tier, because if you find that certain niche, something that sells, especially if it sells immediately within like 24 to 48 hours, then you know it's something that's untapped. Go all in, keep making shirts, try to compete with yourself. You don't want to fall into some type of trap to where like, okay, cool, it sold, you ignore it, you don't add anything else in. Next thing you know, other people are catching on to that trend because that shirt already sold, and now you're out of luck even though it was your main idea and you caught on first. So cash in, keep going, go all in on that trend, especially if it sells quickly in the first couple of days or so. So that's what happened to me. Then I went all out on that certain trend, and it helped me sell the first 10. Tip number 3. So this is what I did, and Yang, my podcast homie, doesn't like this, the fact that people price really, really low. And I don't do this with my normal 8,000 tier account. I don't price low. I price to make money, because at that point it's established. I know what I'm doing. I grew and built and had that account grow up to 8,000, so I'm fine there. But in our case, 10 tier, I just want to get some hits. I just want to get some sales going, get something kind of snowballing, and eventually I want to tier up. That's my main goal here. It's not really to make money. Money will come later. I'm gonna just be patient about this, grow the account. I know I'm gonna make money. It's gonna take time, but for right now, I really, really, really just want to tier up. So we sold the first 10. I have them priced super low, and I mean low. I'm pricing at like 13 bucks. I didn't make it at what, 11.35 or something. I didn't go that low. I'm at like 12.99, 12.95, 13, that type of range. So I think that's what really, really helped. Getting a couple of sales and get it going. And that's what I would recommend, just pricing low. But once you bust out of that, don't stay low. You're not going to make any money. Our main goal is to make money once we build the accounts. But right now, we just want to tier up. Number 4. So maximize your uploads. All 10 should be filled at all times. So right now, as you guys saw, I've reached my maximum number of live products. And when I switched out the first couple of designs, because they weren't really selling, I just wanted to make sure that I had all 10 filled up at all times. When Amazon sees that you're filled up and you're serious about this, you've sold your first 10, then you have an opportunity to tier up. And we've noticed this later on at different tier levels. Let's say you're at, I don't know, like the 100 tier and you want to tier up. You've sold the 100 shirts. Amazon's like, why would I tier you up if you're only at like 50 out of the 100 filled up? So try to fill up at least 75 out of the 100 so that Amazon can tier you up. They see that you're building it up and that you're constantly uploading new designs, and eventually you're going to fill up the full 100. Same thing here, fill up all 10, but in our case, it's a lot less. We're only at 10. There should be no excuse on why you can't fill up all 10 designs and have those filled up at all times. And you're really not going to know what sells or not selling if you only have 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. You really want to test out the market and see. So make sure you're maximizing all of your uploads. All right, number 5, and this one I found out the hard way. If you're at like tier 100 and 2,000 and 4,000 and 8,000, you don't have this problem. With my bigger account, this does not happen. I could upload a shirt and then it's on sale, ready to go. Maybe within, if it's in the long time waiting, maybe like 20 minutes. I've had some shirts get approved within like 5 to 8 minutes, and then they're ready to go, and then they're live within 15 to 20 minutes. That's not the case with the 10 tier. So the 10 tier, they're very cautious, especially with people uploading and seeing that they're following the rules and all of that. So I made this mistake. I uploaded a design on, I think, Friday night. This design did not get approved until Tuesday and didn't go live until Tuesday night. That did not help me. So that's waiting 5 days just to get your design live. But I did notice this. If I uploaded on a regular weekday, let's say Tuesday or Wednesday, it took me roughly like a day and a half to get it approved and to finally get it loaded and it's live. So if you do this on a Monday, cool. By Wednesday, you should be live, ready to go. And I know it kind of sucks to wait that extra time, but it is what it is for the 10 tier. But if you do this on a Friday, they're not even going to look at it during the weekend. At least in my case, Saturday went by, nothing. Sunday went by, nothing. Okay, cool, fine. Monday, I was like, all right, I'll probably go through. Still nothing. Tuesday, finally it went through. So don't put yourself in the position to be waiting on a design to get approved. That's just going to wait, just extend that time when you should be testing out designs to see if they're selling. That doesn't help you. I would try to upload on a weekday to try to get these designs live so you can test out the market, see what's working for you and not working. 10 tier is tough, and like we talked about, they really don't care to look at your design and approve it during the weekends, and it takes a lot longer than some of the people with the bigger tiers at 4,000, 8,000 plus. So those are my 5 tips, and these are just kind of extra tips I just want to throw out there. They're not part of my initial big top 5, but definitely important. Keep testing, keep switching designs. Like I gave my example, the first 3 designs that I did, they didn't really sell. I gave it some time. I probably could have given it a little bit more time, but I figured these are the trends. These are the things that are going on right now. Let's do that. Let's switch them out. Let's see if these work. Constantly testing. And that's pretty much what Merch by Amazon is. Pretty much business is like this all the time. You have to test, see what works. And if it works, then you keep going and you build upon that. But a lot of people don't want to do the testing phase. A lot of people don't care about testing. They want it now, money now, tiering up now. I want to be at 8,000 and making money right now. It doesn't happen like that. You have to keep working on it and keep building it up. have 5 to 10 designs ready. Like, just because you have these 10 filled up doesn't mean that you can't work on other designs ready to sub in. Let's say 4 or 5 of these designs are not working for you. Have some backup designs ready to go so you can make that switch automatic. You don't want to be like, okay, well, these designs aren't working. Now I still have to go on the design phase and do the research, figure out maybe what can I fill in for these designs that aren't selling. I gotta sub them in. That takes way too long. Have designs ready to go. And the good part is, maybe when you do tier up after you sold those 10 designs, you have other designs ready. Now you can fill up 25 designs because you have designs ready to go, and you can just keep on going and have that momentum to fill up all of the designs. So think about that. Number 3, this is extremely important, and I don't think people really understand, but just because you sold 10 designs, in my case, I sold the 10 shirts, cool, doesn't mean that I'm going to tier up automatically. I get a lot of emails from people that are like, hey, I've already sold 25, I already sold 100, I've already sold the 10. How come I haven't tiered up yet? Amazon doesn't work like that. They're not going to, okay, cool, as soon as they sold 10, let's make the switch, automatically tiered up. Whatever they have going on, they'll let you know. Like in the messages, they said right now, especially during this Q4 time, they might not even tier up people, you know, in the next couple of like months or so. I mean, I might build up, even though I sold 10, I might not tier up until January or something when all this ends. Because right now, they're getting ready for Q4. It's a busy time right now. And usually what they do when you get tiered up is they usually have everybody tier up at the same time. So join Facebook groups. You can join our group, Chris Green's group, other people's Merch by Amazon. You'll see people like, yay, finally I tiered up, blah, blah, blah. They usually roll out all of their tier ups all at once. They're not just going to do it automatically. So stay patient, which is number 4. Be patient. It's not going to happen immediately. Even selling your first 10 designs is extremely difficult because you're at the very, very first tier, the low end. You don't have a lot to work with, so you got to make it happen. And it's I think 10 and 25 are easily the hardest to get out of and to, you know, break out of that mold. So be patient with it, keep working on it. And remember, number 5, just work on better designs. Maybe if the ones that you have in there, even if they are trendy, aren't selling, maybe your design just sucks. How can I improve my design? How can I make it better? Does it have to be bolder? Is it the font choice? Is it the graphic? Is it the contrast? Can they even see what the design looks like, you know, with this certain color on the black or navy or gray shirt? A lot of testing goes into that. Pay attention to that. Maybe you just need some better designs, but keep working at it. Trust me, it will happen. But if you decide to go the route to where you're just going to buy out your first 10, cool, you can do that too. And we have our 5 tips on how you can, you know, sell those shirts or do something with them. So email me, hustlerhacks1@gmail.com. I'm also at hustlerhacks on Instagram. So hopefully this helps you. A lot of the rookies on the 10 tier, you can email me anytime if you have any questions at all. I'm on the 10 tier with you on my second account. So I really like to go to battle and build up this second account and seeing what I can do with it, and just going through the whole journey of starting off with 10 and going from there. So hopefully you guys like this video, and leave me any comments, questions, something. Let me know. I'll get to it. Comments or emails, and let me know how you're doing on your Merch by Amazon journey and business. Thanks guys again. We'll see ya. I'll have the update on my 8,000 tier and how my sales are with that account probably later on this month. So appreciate it. See ya. Go out and get it.